up? It's Steve from the old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to, I don't know what episode it is we're up to, but we're doing it live this time. We're up to 1986 of my top 5 favourite movies of every year since I've been born. We've done from 1967, which was the year I was born, up to 1985. You can watch them individually, they're on the channel, or you can watch them, I squished them all together in a big lump, so you can watch that as well. Winggrace asks, will there be any pew-pews or explosions? Oh, well, I imagine so, yes. Lots of those in this. In the films, not in the episode. I'm not doing any, but the films that we're mentioning have plenty of pew-pews and explosions. Anywho, so there we are. So, as I said, we're live. I'm doing it live from now on. I think I'll do them every other Wednesday. We'll do one of these. So it'll be 87 next. A week on Wednesday, because next Wednesday we'll be doing season 4 of Star Trek: The Next Generation, talking about each episode from that. If I get my finger out and watch them all, I'm only up to episode 5, I think. I think it's only episode 5 I'm up to. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Right, we're live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We're live on Rumble, and we're live on Twitch. Huzzah. Windgrace says, yeah, I'll be born in 2 weeks. All right, so we know Windgrace's year of birth. Anyway, so don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Explore the description for various links for merch, which I'm wearing for once. T-shirts and other, various designs of T-shirts and stuff, caps, etc. What else? My Patreon page, which I keep wondering, should I keep my Patreon page going? I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Or shall I just make everything public on it? I don't know what to do. Because I feel guilty that I've got, some Patreons on there, loyally paying money a month, and I don't put a lot up on it, to be honest, new stuff. But I might just stop it. Or become a member and be a cool member like the members. Have I got it here somewhere? Hang on, where are we? Where is it? Where have I put it? It just says to our amazing. I thought I'd done the one that told us who our members were, but it isn't. But thanks to the people that have become members of the YouTube channel. I'm getting all tongue-tied. Never mind. Right, so on my books as well. Oh, it's down here. Hang on. I'll just move the box of milk tray that's left over from Christmas. Me books, Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action-adventure about UFOs and stuff like that. There's a bit of a clue there. If you can see the reflection of the book, there's a clue as to what the first film is in my list. If you can make it out, if you can unblur it. Anyway, Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi adventure about UFOs and stuff like that. And Silent Predator, short horror novella about big cats having their wicked eating ways in the North Yorkshire village. One's a thin one, one's a thick one. They're a bit of fun. They're an Amazon Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. They're not overly expensive compared to others I've seen. People were saying, particularly my Mercury Rapids, because it's a big thick tome, saying, oh, it's expensive, is that? And I've got it as low as they'll allow me to get it, so I don't think we'll be making anything on it. There'll be no profit for me. But then I've seen other books with less pages be more expensive. What shall I do? Wingers, I used to feel that way. I on about my Patreon. Then someone told me that people are generally paying for you, not for any extra content. Oh, right, okie dokie. Paying for me, what, like in some sort of escort role? Paying for me. Oh, dear. Support, that's what it is. It's support, innit? That's how I look at it. It's people supporting you, and it's very gratefully received, either on Patreon or on YouTube. Anything you can throw in my direction helps, because as I keep saying, particularly on StreamYards, which we're on now, I'm pointing at the URL up there. For me, it's getting expensive on StreamYards, but they seem to be improving it slightly. There's slight improvements and stuff. It does seem to be getting better, thankfully. Anyway, right, so we get on with this list. This is a list, my top 5 favourite films from 1986. As I keep saying in these, it's not particularly the best films of 1986, and they're not in any order. It's not a countdown. So the first one isn't the fifth favourite or first favourite or whatever. It's just a list. It's not in any order. And then I've got some honourable mentions. I've got loads of honourable mentions as usual. But my top 5, we'll get on with that. So, right, we'll get on with it. Hang on. Right, so here it is. Right, first up, here we go. Straight in with Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. That's not the Star Trek theme, I know. It's the... I don't know what they call it. It used to be the Top of the Pops theme. But there we go. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Obviously directed by Leonard Nimoy. Written by... what's his face? Nicholas Meyer. He came in and wrote, along with Leonard Nimoy and others, I think. And it's a great film. I think it's still maybe, or at the time, before the current age, I think it was the most successful of the Star Trek movies, because it's the most accessible, isn't it? It's the most accessible, and it is a great film. Although I do get annoyed at it. There's one scene in particular that puts me off watching the rest of the film, and that's the scene with the policeman, where the nuclear vessel scene. It does my head in. Does that scene? I hate it. Not because of Chekhov and his Russian accent. It's just, the policeman does my nutting. Answer the man. He just stands there going, He's not doing a good job of promoting the San Francisco Police Department, but I hate that scene. Anyway. Wingrace says, my terrible idea for the highlighted in stars, asterisks, for the Kelvin Star Trek 4 would be to send the Kelvin crew back in time and then Back to the Future 2 them into the background of the real Star Trek 4. That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be a bit like Trials and Tribulations, wouldn't it? Where you could have them doing that, what they did in that. They're doing their mission, whatever it is, and then we're seeing the other, the proper Star Trek people doing their thing. That'd be cool. But I don't think they'll do that, because we're not going to get another Star Trek film. Not for a while, I don't think. But anyway. So there we go. That's not number 5. The first one in my list is Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Top flick. Right, next up. I don't think there's anything else I can think about it. No, it's just a great film. Obviously, they go and save the whales, essentially, don't they? But they don't really. A probe, which you can see there in blurry fashion, if you can make it out. A probe comes to Earth, wanting to speak to the whales for some reason. And when they can't speak to whales, they just decide to start destroying the Earth for some reason by making it cloudy and rainy. That's going to destroy the Earth somehow. But not destroy the Earth, but wipe out life on it. So Captain Kirk, not in the Enterprise. The Enterprise isn't in it until the end. Spoilers. But as you can see, there we go. They do it they save the world in a Klingon bird of prey of all things. But they go back in time, scoop up a couple of whales called George and Gracie, bring them back, and somehow they can speak to the whale probe, as it has become to be known, because whales everywhere speak the same language. What on Earth is the same as what across the galaxy, it seems. As McCoy put it, they hoped it would just tell this probe to go, what to do with itself, and it did, or they did. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Top flick. Right, next up. Hope this works. Yes, it is. Right. Aliens. James Cameron's Aliens. Obviously written and directed by James Cameron. Obviously the sequel to Ridley Scott's seminal sci-fi horror classic Alien from 1979. This came out 7 years later. Sigourney Weaver got an Oscar nomination for Best Actress for this film. She didn't win though, but she got nominated. And Josh Temple's here. Never fear, Maddie's here. Harpoon at the ready. We just missed you. For Star Trek 4. I bet that were you at the end. I bet you were one of those. Where were they from? Were they supposed to be Norwegian harpooners at the end? I don't know where they were supposed to be from. They weren't Japanese. That's for sure. Anyway, so welcome to my show. I haven't done this for a while, have I? Hang on, where is it? din. Anyway, where were we? Aliens, that's where we were. Set 57 years after the original Alien, so 2179 is the year, isn't it? It's set in. It goes back to LV-426, aka Acheron. I think it's only called that in the novel, I think. But it's got a name. It's the moon, LV-426. And all hell breaks loose, and there's lots of aliens. Hence the word, hence it's called Aliens. But apparently the story is it's only called Aliens because James Cameron put a $sign at the end of Alien, and they thought, "Oh, that's cool." But luckily they didn't carry on. They didn't carry on. They were regionally non-distinct foreign pooners. Yes, they were. My harpoon would have found its target. We wouldn't have bounced off an invisible alien spacecraft. Aliens, well, it's the second one, isn't it? So it'd have to be. They have to get a 2 in there somewhere. Anywho, where were we? Aliens, yes. That's it. An amazing film. One of my favourites of all time. I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. I wouldn't know what to do it in. I've been thinking about it. I've done Alien on Friday Night Appointment with Fear, but where does Aliens fit in? Is it horror? Is it action adventure? I know it's a bit of both. So would it fit in more a Friday Night Appointment with Fear, or would it fit in on the Magnificent Mondays? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to put it. I think Magnificent Mondays, to be honest, it's more action adventure than horror, isn't it? Just don't give any F's and call it Toolians. Yes, they should do, shouldn't they? Although that sounds a bit Nazi, doesn't it? Toolians. Anyway. Aliens with 2 L's. Lowercase L's. So you'd have your 2 there, wouldn't you? But then it'd look Welsh. Like aliens. But never mind. Which is just what Voyager's Fury was, technically. I have no idea what you're talking. Oh, the episode Fury. Oh, yes, the episode Fury. I wonder what you're on about then. What's Voyager's Fury? Is it a pub? But yes, the episode Fury with Kez when she comes back. Anyway, isn't there a launch today at 2 p.m? Oh, yes, I forgot about that. They're aiming for it, aren't they? Starship. I think it's 10 p.m. our time, isn't it? Just let me check. We will see. And if it is going, where are we? Where are the subscriptions? I'm just looking on YouTube, checking my subscriptions. NASA Spaceflight, I usually watch it on. Where are you? Where are we? Live. Oh, is it being put back? It says live in 20 hours. Hang on, let's have a look. I have no idea. Have they got that wrong? I don't know. It says live in 20 hours. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. So have they put it back a day? Oh, right. Yes, it's a scrub. Weather caused the scrub. Right. So it's going to be tomorrow, I think. So, oh, that's a bit poo, isn't it? That's a bit poo. Not that I'm not enjoying this, just thought you would be all over that. Yes, I'd actually forgotten about it. Tell you, what am I like? But it's scrubbed for today. Probably going to have another go tomorrow, I think. Due to weather, apparently. Right, where were we? Aliens. I forgot what I was saying. She goes back to LV-426 because they lose contact with a colony that's popped up there after 57 years. She was in hypersleep for 57 years, by the way. And in the Narcissus, the escape pod. The stupid escape pod from Aliens that can only carry, is it 3? Or is it 2? I don't know. It can't carry all of the crew for some reason. They've got a crew of 7, and the escape pod can't carry them all. Should have called it the USCS, whatever the hell it was. Not Nostromo, so we called it the Titanic. But never mind. So watch it tomorrow with my favourite narrator, Steve. Who's that? I don't know anybody called Steve. Yeah, so anyway, she went It goes back, obviously, all hell breaks loose and all that stuff. This time it's war, it says there on the poster. And it's a great film, a top-notch film. Watch the... it's probably on YouTube somewhere. There's an amazing documentary that came with the Blu-ray set and the DVD set. And I forgot what it's called. But it'll be on YouTube somewhere. Like a 3-hour documentary about the making of it, as there is for all the Alien films. And the problems they had while making it. It's really, really good stuff. Nearly as good as the film. But there we go. So that's Aliens. That's that one. So that's my second pick. Next up is Top Gun. Yay! Starring Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis. Whose age is the better of the two of them? If you see them side by side. I'm not going to be cruel because I like Kelly McGillis. I liked her in The Innkeepers. I thought she was really good in that. But that's by the by. She has aged naturally, thank goodness. And anyway, Top Gun, directed by the late Tony Scott. Great film, a great film with lots of actual real flying. I think one of the pilots actually died in it while they were making this film. Something went wrong. But don't let that bring a cloud over the film. We're not here to, say who did what to who and all that stuff. Top Gun's a top film. I bet nobody's ever said that before. Obviously, Tom Cruise plays Maverick. I can. What's it? Pete Mitchell. Hey, just came to me. I'm going to say what's his real name in the film. Anyway, aka Maverick, his call sign. Who gets sent to Top Gun, the training school to make marine pilot, marine aviators, what they have, naval aviators, the best fighter pilots in the world, blah, blah, blah. He goes there, stuff happens, he falls in love with one of the instructors, was Kelly McGillis, not some bloke. They do that these days, didn't they? Although they didn't, though, did they? They thought they'd gone there in Top Gun Maverick, which were a good sequel, although it was just Star Wars, but never mind. But anyway. It's cool, and they end up going up against some. I think they're just other American. They're supposed to be bad guys at the end. There's an incursion in there. There's a proper dogfight going on at the end, and I think the planes. If Sci-Fi Quest were here, he'd know what planes that they went up against. But I don't think they were like Soviet planes. They're supposed to be one, but I don't think they were. But anyway, so that's Top Gun, top film. I've said that twice now, so there we go. All right, next up. Highlander. Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. Sound just like Freddie Mercury. Oh dear. Directed by Russell. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Russell Mulcahy or is it Russell Mulcahy? I've heard it pronounced both ways, and I don't know which is right. And I've never heard him pronounce it. I've heard other people pronounce it, not him. An Australian director, who I think previous to this, his only other film of note was Razorback, a film about a giant wild boar, which is pretty good, to be completely honest. Obviously, after this, he went on to do Highlander 2, which was crap, but never mind. But Highlander 1, top film. Apparently, it's going to get remade, isn't it, with Henry Cavill in the Connor MacLeod role. There's Connor MacLeod, played by Christopher Lambert, or Christophe Lambert, as he's probably actually called, but Christopher Lambert, a Frenchman playing a Scottish fella living in America. Also Sean Connery playing an Egyptian who's via Japan and ends up in Spain. A Scotsman playing an Egyptian Spaniard with a Japanese sword. Whatever. It's a really, really good film, beautifully shot, and it's just great, apart from the end. I don't like the end, where he gets the prize, spoilers, but I think that looks poo, but never mind. But anyway, and it spawned sequels. That's the second one was rubbish, which I've only seen once. Maybe it's better. Is it better on the second viewing, years after? I don't know. Maybe I should give it a go. And then there were Highlander 3, you wanted the Sorcerer, with Mario Van Peebles, which wasn't too bad. So did he get the prize then? You're supposed to fight. There can be only one. It says there, looking letters, big yellow letters. So did he get the prize or did he get the booby prize? I don't know, because it turned out there were other immortals about. By the way, if you don't know the story, apparently some people are just born immortal. And then there's other immortals born and they've got to fight until just one remains and he gets the prize, which is some mystical thing that they can make the world a better place or whatever. And it apparently gets that at the end of this, but then in the third one we find the third one is really a sequel to the first one. The second one is just mental. Although Josh Temple enjoyed the second Highlander, but he says not as good as the first. As I've only seen it once, and I didn't think it was very good. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, and the third, and we found out there is another immortal knocking about. But then we had the TV show, didn't we? Which I didn't really watch. I've seen the odd episode. But that show, there were loads of immortals knocking about, so I don't bloody know. Anyway, never mind. But it's going to get remade with Henry Cavill, and I hope it's good. I hope it's as good as the original, with a great score by Queen, and not a score, but great songs by Queen. I think Michael Kamen did the music, the score for it, which were really nice. And I've met the actors in it, apart from Clancy Brown. I've met Christopher Lambert, who I met at a convention a few years ago, and he just looked like Stan Lee. He just looks like Stan Lee now, but anyway. Who else did I meet? I think Roxanne Hart as well, she was very nice, and B.T. Edney, met her as well. And she was very nice as well, but she was a bit miffed because my son didn't know who she was. He went, "What have you been in?" Dear. So she was a bit miffed that he didn't recognise her. But he's not a Highlander fan. Josh says, seen and owned the TV series as well. Very good. I've seen the odd episode, but I've not seen it all. Windgrace, even the animated one. There's an animated series as well. Crikey, I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Highlander. Great film. And number 3 in my list, although, as I said, it's not in any order. Right, what's next? My son was asking me, what I said, are you doing a show tonight? I said, yes, I'm doing my top 5 films of 1986. And he went, and they are? And I went, all right, I forgot already what they are. Star Trek 4, Aliens, Top Gun, and then I said another one, and it was this one. I couldn't remember the other one. What was the other one? Anyway, next up, The Fly. Hang on, this is number 5, isn't it? We're up to number 5 now. This is the 5th one. Set in a post-apocalyptic future. All right. I didn't even know they'd done one. Anyway, number 5 is The Fly from David Cronenberg, remake of the classic 50s version, which starred Vincent Price and David Hedison. I think it was Al Hedison in The Fly, and it became David Hedison later. I think when he did Voice to the Bottom of the Sea and the James Bond films, it became David Hedison. But it was Al Hedison in the original Fly, I think. And it's a really good, because you can't really call it a remake because it's just like it's another version of The Fly, and like I say, it's its own film, and it's amazing. It's by far David Cronenberg's best film, in my opinion, because he's a bit hit and miss. Love him or hate him, David Cronenberg, his films can be a bit hit and miss. But this was a hit, and it's an astonishing film that doesn't go on for very long, oddly enough. It feels like an epic movie as you're watching it, and then it ends. You think, like they're only about an hour and a half long, something like that. It's like an hour and 30-something minutes. I can't remember. I'm going to check now. Watch me checking. It'll say it's like 2.5 hours. The Fly, 1986, running time. Yes, hour and 36 minutes. So there we go. It's over and done within no time at all. And it's top stuff. I really like The Fly. Seth Brundle, played by Jeff Goldblum, doesn't start turning into a fly. He goes through his matter transporter pods that he's invented, and a fly gets in with him, so he starts changing into an amalgam of human and fly at the the subatomic level, whatever, the DNA level. So he starts transforming, and it's that never happens. It never don't come out with a fly's leg, like in the original. It got a fly's head in a fly's hand, didn't it? And there's no "help me" bit at the end of this one, like there is in the original, which still gives me the willies. But this is really, really good, and an astonishing film with one of the best scenes, in my opinion, where he's turning, he can still speak, and he says the line, obviously I can't deliver it like him, but he says, sometimes he thinks he's a human who's turning into a fly, or is he a fly that dreamed he was a human, and all that stuff. A great scene. Wingrace says, I forgot I was trying to watch through the animated Stargate. I should finish it because I want to be a completionist, but meh. Yeah, I thought when I watched first episode, I don't think I even got through the first episode. I just turned it off. But that's by the by. So yeah, The Fly, top film. So there we go. So that's my top 5 favourite movies of. I said top film. Top Gun's a top film. This is an even topper film in my opinion. So we'll go back to the beginning. For Pete's sake. There we go. So the first one was Star Trek for the Voyage Home. Then we had Aliens. Then we had Top Gun. Then we had Highlander. Then we had The Fly. Now we're going on to. Hang on, let me get rid of that because I've got things to sort out. We're going on to my honourable mentions. Right, let me get this. I've had to do a little video for this one, so I've got to try and get this right. Ordinarily, here we go. Right, full screen that. Right, off we go. See if we can get this to work. Right, here we go. Tevision is a good film from 1986. Was that a David Cronenberg one? I can't remember. Might have been. Was that the one with? I can't remember. Was that the one with? Or was that? I'm wondering now. No, I'm thinking of something else. Was Tevision a Charles Band film? One of them, along the lines of The Exterminators and his other films he did, like Puppet Master films. Was that one? I don't know. Anyway, can't remember. I might have seen it back then. Anyway, right. Honourable mentions. Off we go. See if the first one pops up. Right, here we go. First up, House. Really good horror comedy film. Ted Nicolau film. All right. So I think the one produced by Empire Pictures or whatever. He had that studio, didn't he? I'm sure it was. I'm going to check now. I think I have seen it. They were a rock band, I think from round here, somewhere in Yorkshire. Yes, I just typed in Tevision. It's come up, Tevision rock band. I think they're from Yorkshire, or somewhere like that. I'm going to check now. I need to check. Yes, from Keighley. There we go. From West Yorkshire. I think they played at the pub I used to go to back in the day. Anyway, I want checking for that. Checking for the film. Tevision movie. There you go. From 1986. Yes, I think I've seen it, but I can't remember. Yes, it was a Charles Band production, yes. Full Moon Features that would go on to become... Hang on. Oh, no. Yeah, with Empire International Pictures, which would go on to become Full Moon. Right, okay, fair enough, yes. I think I've seen it, but it was a long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. Drinking game. No Star Wars in this, by the way. Was Spaceballs 1986 or 1987? I don't know. I haven't got my list. I don't think it's in this, anyway. Anyway, House. There we go. Sean S. Cunningham production. The man who brought us Friday the 13th. Directed by Steve Miner, who I think directed Friday the 13th Part 2, I think. But, yeah, it's a really good comedy horror starring William Katz, George Wendt, and him from Night Court, whose name I forgot, Richard Moll, and Kay Lenz. Yes, I am just reading it off the poster that's there. And it's really good. It's got some great monsters in it. Although the film doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's about a house that's kind of got a mind of its own. Not like in Monster House, but it's just weird stuff happening in it, and it's like I don't know, it's a bit like Hellraiser. You open the door and monsters come out, but only at midnight. But anyway, there we go. Damn, the Ewok films, 84 and 85, they should have finished the trilogy in 86. Yes, they should, shouldn't they? They should have done the Ewoks Conquer the Universe or something, I don't know. Obviously with Warwick Davis. But anyway, so there we go, so that's House. Yeah, that's my first, my honourable mentions. Right, what's next? See how and it all flashy, look. Next up, The Golden Child. I've got to pause it, that's why the sparks stopped moving. The Golden Child, starring Eddie Murphy and directed by some bloke. I can't remember, because that's not the poster that tells us who directed it. I've forgotten. But it's a cool film. I think we did it on Magnificent Mondays a while ago. A really fun comedy-ish adventure with monsters and demons and great effects from I think the Industrial Light and Magic did the special effects for it, and but it was a big bomb and it didn't do well, so there we go. But that's The Golden Child. Ewok The Line, a brutal biopic, or is it biopic? I heard somebody pronounce it that way the other day. Biopic about Wicket's life. Oh, Ewok. Oh, yes, Walk the Line. There we go. Yes, and his time in penitentiary. Oh dear. The Ewoks conquered their universe, but became known as Furlings and meet up with the Asgard and the Ancient. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Anyway, so there we go. So that's The Golden Child. A huge amount of fun. Right, what's next? I can't remember. Critters. I think this is a Steve Miner film. Or a Sean S. Cunningham. Or it's somebody else. I can't remember. I'm going to have to look it up now. I should have had my notes ready, shouldn't I? Critters. 1986 film. Who did this one? Stephen Herrick. There we go. That's what I'm probably thinking. It's another Stephen Herrick, and it stars Scott Grimes as a kid, and Dee Wallace and M. Emmett Walsh, and Billy Greenbush, and loads of other people. But Scott Grimes is in the sequel as well. We know from The Orville, and Justin 34's here. Hello, Justin. Good day, good evening for me. But anyway, aliens called Krites, hence where they're called critters, escape. They're not evil, well, they are evil, but they're like criminal aliens, and they escape from a space prison, crash on Earth, cause loads of trouble in a town. I can't remember what it's called. Have I still got it there? It's either Grover's Mill or Miller's Grove. It's the opposite way to the town that's in... what's his face? Orson Welles' 1938 War of the Worlds radio show. Let me check. Let me have a look. It doesn't say. It doesn't bloody say. Typical. Looking on Wikipedia, it doesn't say the name of the town. It just says they crash on Earth. It's either Miller's Grove or Grover's Mill. I can't remember which one. Anyway, so... Critters, Justin says, is an underrated classic. It's cool. And the sequel is good as well. I think I've seen the third. I haven't seen them all. But I do like the second one as well. Anyway, they're pursued by bounty hunters who can change their faces. Maybe that's where Chris Carter got his idea for the alien bounty hunter in the X-Files, which could change its appearance. I don't know. But anyway, so there we go. So that's Critters. A lot of fun, and we get to speak through subtitles, and it's funny. Right, what's next? Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, directed by, I forgot, Brian Gibson. Did he? Or it Grover's Bend? I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was Miller's Grove or whatever. Oh well, whatever. I can't remember. I'll take your word for it, Justin 34. I'll take your word for it. Where were we? Poltergeist 2, directed by Brian Gibson, obviously the sequel to Toby Hooper's Poltergeist. Or was it Steven Spielberg? Steven Spielberg's Toby Hooper's Poltergeist. And it's just, I think, well, it's not as good but it's not far off. It's nearly as good. It's like 95% as good, in my opinion. Picks up a couple of years or whatever after the first film. And it's got some great scenes in it, and it's got some good monsters, and again some great effects, and the family's still having problems with spooks. But whereas in the first film, the whatever that were holding Carol Ann in the netherworld was the beast, like the devil or whatever. Turns out in this one, it's like a preacher from the cowboy days, from 19th century or whatever, whose name I've forgotten. It was him that's after death. He took all of his flock with him, into the netherworld after they died, and he kind of became the devil, so to speak, some evil, demonic spirit. But it's him, and he's the most terrifying thing, and there's no makeup, and with his God is in his holy temple. It's like the bloody mouth of Sauron with all his teeth and stuff. But anyway, there we go. So Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. Really good, and Poltergeist 3 will not be featuring any of my top 5 lists because I didn't like that film, but anyway, never mind. And neither will the remake with Sam Rockwell. But anyways, right, so next up, what's next? We will see, won't we? When it's ready. Here we go. What's next? Because I honestly can't remember. I only did this video, I think it was yesterday. I've forgotten already what I put in. Big Trouble in Little China, John Carpenter film, which was a massive flop on release, but became a cult hit later. Kurt Russell as Jack Burton, getting mixed up in all sorts of, I'm going to say it, Oriental shenanigans in Little China, which is part of San Francisco. He had cancer. Hang on, it's going to pop up. He had cancer and passed soon after that. Yes, he did. The fella that played whatever he's called. I'm going to check. Hang on. I said there's the curse of Poltergeist, didn't there? But like I say, the scariest part of that film. Julian Beck, there we go, played Kane, Pastor Kane or something like that. But yeah, Julian Beck. And we also Zelda Rubinstein came back briefly. And Jo Beth Williams and Craig T. Nelson, Heather O'Rourke, etc., and Oliver Robbins reprising their roles in Poltergeist 2. But we're on Big Trouble in Little China. Wingray says Toy G is in his holy YouTube. YouTube's far from bloody holy, innit? Although it thinks it is. It thinks it's holier than thou. Channel disappears. Anyway, Big Trouble in Little China. All sorts of shenanigans go on. I forgot his bloody name now. I'm going to look this up now. James Wong, that's who I'm looking for. James Wong plays the bad guy. David Lopan. Is it James Wong? James Hong. We've got Victor Wong in it, and James Hong. And Dennis Dunn. In this, getting up to all sorts of great effects in it. Again, I think Industrial Light and Magic might have done it, or was it Boss Film? I don't know, I can't remember. One of the two. Lots of electricity, sparkling effects and stuff like that. And it's a huge amount of fun, it is. And I think it cost a lot of money, and I think it was a big flop, and it put off John Carpenter from making big studio pictures again. Or maybe he just wasn't asked, I don't know, but he went back to his roots, didn't he? Making less expensive films. But it is well worth a look. It is well worth a look. He did a great episode of Miami Vice before he passed, and he was excellent. Julian Beck, I'll be on about. I presume so. I only recognise him from Poltergeist 2. But I might have seen him in other things. Anyway, moving on from Big Trouble in Little China and Poltergeist 2. What's next? Flight of the Navigator. I've noticed on that, it said, there's there, Walt Disney Pictures presents Flight of the Navigator. And for a long time, for some reason, Walt Disney didn't put the name on the film. And I don't know why. But apparently they are doing now. I can't remember. It was some weird film company. There we go. Producers Sales Organisation Pictures. That's what it says there on the thing. That's what it used to say on the. And to think, who the hell are they? You know, why is no big studio behind this film that were amazing with astonishingly good effects? You know, of the flying saucer changing shape and all that, and become bit like the Terminator, the Terminator 2, the T1000. Lots of CG droplet effects and stuff. Although I don't know if it was CG in this, because although CG were around, were it good enough for that? I don't know. I think it might have just been other ways. But anyway, a great film, and my favourite parts of it are the early parts of the film where it is like a proper. It used to be into like UFOs and stuff, and the early parts of it are really good depictions of events that were based on real UFO cases, like the alien abductions and stuff like that, and UFOs drawing energy from power lines and all that stuff, and it's really good. This little lad, whose name I've forgotten, can't remember, but it's played by Joey Kramer, who I think he went a bit off the rails, didn't he, at one point? There's a documentary. It might be on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon, about something like After the Navigator or something like that, about his life, and he kind of went off the rails and ended up. I don't know if he did some prison time or something like that, but he sorted himself out. But anyway. Did you do this movie way back? Like the Navigator? No, I don't think I've done this one. I haven't done this one in Magnificent Mondays, but I could do for sixpence. Anyway, very good cast. Yes, I'm only thinking the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Veronica Cartwright, but somebody else is in it. Is what's the face in it? Horseface. I shouldn't say that, but Sarah Jessica Parker. She's in it, isn't she? I'm sure she is. Let me check. But it's a really good film. Although I don't like it, I must admit. Hang on. The voice of the UFO, the computer in the spaceship, is done by Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, and it starts off okay, but then it does some sort of mind thing. It melds with Joey Kramer, the actor. The character's called David Freeman. I'm looking now, and then it goes all. It becomes like Pee Wee Herman after that. Go ha 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 ha, talking like that, and I hate that bit, but never mind. I forgot what we're looking for now. Yes, it is Sarah Jessica Parker. Yes, she's in it as well, and Veronica Cartwright, and loads of other people that we don't know. Cliff De Young. He's been in Star Trek, I'm sure he has. Yeah, so there we go. Windgrace with a member chat. I don't know what 6 pences. Does this count? Yes, it does. It does. A member chat. That's my first one that somebody's done, I think. But thank you for that. Actually, you know what I'll do? I think what I'll do, I will. I haven't done it for a month or so, or whatever. Hang on, let me find the video. Just bear with me. I will gift some memberships. That's me talking. Let me mute that. There we go. Because I've got to do it through the actual video. I can't do it through the YouTube studio for some reason. It won't let me do it. I forgot what I'm doing now. Oh, I'm gifting some memberships. Membership gifting. Right, here we go. I'm not going to do many. I've not made the money. I'll do 5. Gift 5 memberships. So who's going to get memberships? Because it's random, and I hate that it's random. You can't just... It's like a random gift, isn't it? It's not like a proper gift. So I don't know who's going to get them. Anyway, whatever. 5 gifted memberships coming up. Who's going to get them? When it sorts itself out. When it's ready. In your own time. Oh, there we go. Right. Who's got some? Tim Rose. Cool. I want to give memberships, but I can't do it without streaming. Says Windgrace. President-elect Jackie Bird, whoever the hell that is. Sci-Fi Quest, yay! A Scottish Geek Guy, yay! Baby Ed the Gamer, yay! Oh, very good. Yes, some good ones. All regulars. Thank God. Thank God. Not some random people, apart from, I've never heard of President-elect Jackie Bird, but congratulations, President-elect, we'll probably never see, but at least people that we have seen and have interacted with. Huzzah. Huzzah. Right. Anyway, as I said, Wingress said, I want to give memberships, I can't do it without streaming. I don't know. I don't know. You can do it through the chat, can't you? It's in there, isn't it? Anyway, where were we? Flight of the Navigator. Yes, a really good, fun film with some great effects that still stand up today. The ship, it's like a liquid droplet and all that. Josh is heading out, probably to harpoon somebody in his backyard. Probably. A Bigfoot, no doubt. So yeah. Who directed it? Randall Kleiser. Has he directed anything else I've known? I don't know, but let me check. For some reason I'm thinking Grease. That one Randall Kleiser. It was, yes. It was Grease, yes. I thought I'd recognise the name. Another of my favourite films. Did I do it? Did I do Grease in 1978? I don't know, I can't remember. But Grease is one of my favourite films of all time. Love that film. What else has he done? So did Grease, Blue Lagoon, which I've not seen. Only I Blew Up the Kid. Might have seen that, can't remember. So basically, lots of films I've not seen. Big Top Pee Wee. Oh, so that's why he's in. That were after Flight of the Navigator. I've never seen a Pee Wee Herman film or show or whatever he's done. And he also directed the documentary that I mentioned, Life After the Navigator. He was an executive producer on it, so he didn't direct it. Anyway, right, yes, so there we go. How do you feel about the Phantom Toll Booth? I haven't seen it for many, many years. I loved it as a kid because it transitions from live action to animation, doesn't it? It's a Chuck Jones film, isn't it? Or at least he did the animation. I haven't seen it for donkey's years, but I remember as a kid, I loved that film, The Phantom Toll Booth. Particularly where there's half in and a half out of it, and half animated and half real life. And I thought it was amazing at the time. People tend to like the bits, but I've never seen one. Oh, thank you very much. Justin 34 just paid for those 5 gifted memberships. So thank you very much. That's super duper kind of you. Super duper. So all those gifted memberships came from Justin. So everybody thank him. Thank you very much. That is amazing. Thank you. I connect Phantom Toll with this film in my head. I don't know why. I don't know either, because I can't really remember what happens in it. The Phantom Toll Booth. I remember he goes through it in his car, and he comes across a watchdog, doesn't he? A dog that's got a watch in its stomach, and that's all I can really remember. And there's something about numbers and letters fighting each other, isn't it? Something like that. I can't really remember. It's something along those lines, isn't it? It's a long time since I've seen it. And I don't know, is it on any streaming service or is it on YouTube? I'm going to look it up now. Blooming live streams, I tell you. If this was just a normal video, it'd be over now. It would. But this Wind Grace setting me off. Phantom Toll Booth. It's available to rent or buy on YouTube. Very good. You can watch the full movie, but it's split into various parts. Oh, fair enough. Well, the images that it's showing don't really mesh up to how I remember them. Is it a Chuck Jones one? I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking it was a Chuck Jones film. Directed by David Monahan. But I'm thinking the animation looked very Chuck Jonesy. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Been trying to take care of the channel's support. I know it's a lot of work. Well, thank you for supporting me. You are supporting me. Just by being around is support. But thank you for the super chat. That's amazing. Yes, it is. Oh, I did parts of it. Right, fair enough. Directors Abe Levitow, David Monaghan, and Chuck Jones. There we go. Obviously, he did the animated bits, no doubt. Anyway, right, let's move on. What's next? After Flight of the Navigator. Why is that going so slow compared to the others? Oh, it's sped up a bit then. There we go. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. I love this one because this is the one where Jason becomes a supernatural entity. He's rises from the grave because he died at the end of Friday the 13th, Part 4. Yeah. He died there. What's his face? Corey... Which one? Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman killed him. Hacked him to bits. I can't remember the name of his character. But he killed him. Jason. And then in the 5th one, it's not... Spoilers! It's not Jason doing the killing. It's somebody else. I think Part 5 is the New Blood or something like that, isn't it? And then in this one, it's... and it's the same character, by the way, in Part 5. The Corey Feldman character... but not played by him, it's somebody else. And then I think he comes back. I think it's the same actor. It might not be. Can't remember. But he's in it again here. The same character, but not Corey Feldman, who kind of brings Jason back to life. And he goes on another rampage in the town, and it's a lot of fun. What can I say? You know, people get dispatched in highly amusing ways. I think it might be this one that was savaged by the MPAA, as it was at that time. I think it's just the MPAA now, isn't it? But the MPAA, the censors hacked this to pieces. Much like Jason was hacking people to pieces, they hacked this movie to pieces, and some of the later ones as well. They went through a phase where they didn't like Jason movies, and the imaginative deaths of the various characters, and just ordered them to take them out, or they'd get like an X rating or NC-17 or whatever. But anyway, but it's still entertaining. I just realised Mighty Ducks 3 kind of homage this poster. Yeah, I've never seen any of the Mighty Ducks films either. Is it hockey? I don't know. Justin says, yes, this is a great movie. I recommend watching it in black and white. Oh, right. If you're able to change colour on the TV. Oh, right. I've never thought of that. I went through a phase a few years ago when I was watching films in black and white. I put them on my Facebook page, not my personal Facebook page, not the that old Yorkshire Geek one. But I was watching films in black and white, and some of them were really good, like Blade Runner. Blade Runner in black and white is amazing. But anyway, there we go. So I'll have to try this one in black and white. Although I'm not sure this telly, I'm not sure if you put the colour down to 0, I'm sure it doesn't take all the colour off. But anyway, we'll see. We will see. And Sci-Fi Quest is here. Yeah, new member Sci-Fi Quest. Thanks to Justin. It says, love the Friday the 13th movies. Yes, so do I. And the next Friday the 13th, we'll be doing part 3. But I don't know when that is. 6 was hacked, but part 7 was hacked the worst. There we go. There were one in this where I think something happens with somebody's head. A disgusting thing with melon and all that that they took out, and all that's left of it is just like really bad VHS quality behind the scenes footage. Anyway. Wingray says, I accidentally watched stuff in black and white back in college when I mistakenly forgot to connect one cable to my TV. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Jason Lives. That was another one of my honourable mentions. What's next? Who knows? I genuinely don't know. I've forgotten. I'll be here a while. I'm going to find that and play that a bit. I don't care. Transformers by Lion. Just bear with me. I've got this album. Hang on just a minute. There it is. Can you hear it? I'll move on a bit. Don't know if you can hear it or not. I don't know, but oh dear. The director recommends it. He had it in his head. It was like a universal horror film. Oh, right, Friday the 13th, Part 6. You find that with a lot of horror directors. I always think of it being like an old-fashioned horror film, watching it in black and white and stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Like The Mist. There's a black and white version of The Mist, isn't there? And I don't see the point. I don't see the point in that. But Blade Runner is really good in black and white. My childhood favourite was the OG Transformers movie, which is this one, I think. Yeah, well, Channel Band. Yeah, probably. Let's have a look. Make sure we're all right. Make sure we're all right. Yeah, we are. Might get away with it. We'll see. Anyway, just a minute. I'm going to see if I can find the album. It's down here somewhere. Where's my torch? So just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Thankfully, my albums are in alphabetical order. Ayo. Oh, cracking. T. Where are you? Tesla. Is that it? Is that it? Come here, you bugger. There it is. There it is. There we go. Hang on. There we go. Transformers the movie. With great tracks by The Touch by Stan Bush, Instruments of Destruction by NRG, and other stuff. And obviously the theme by Lion, Spectre General, etc. And Weird Al Yankovic singing Dare to Be Stupid. Great album. I took it down the pub once. I used to go to this rock pub called the Black Tulip. Not that one. I've got a tattoo of on my arm. And I took this down, and he looked at me. The DJ looked at me like, "Oh, mental." I said, "Just play Transformers the movie theme by Lion," and he did, and everybody loved it. We were all, "Yay!" So there we go. Transformers the movie there. Where are we now? I know this movie broke my Optimus. I've never had a proper Transformers toy, although I do have a Cherry Coke can that transforms into a Transformer or whatever. I got it free. But love the movie. It should be right next to I've no Trans-Siberian Orchestra albums or Savatage. But I do listen to them at Christmas. One shall stand, and one shall fall. You got the touch, you got the power. Energon cubes, yes, and all that, yes. So this is the one with Unicron, voiced by we mentioned earlier Orson Welles. In his last movie role, he voiced a planet-eating robot. How come everything on every other planet in this movie, everything's a transformer or a robot of some kind? I don't get it, but anyway, only Earth seems to have organic life or whatever. But anyway, lots of our heroes, spoilers, get killed in this film, particularly Optimus Prime, although it says at the end, he will return. They get a new leader, don't they? Hot Rod becomes Rodimus Prime and all that. And it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I do like Transformers the movie. I was never into the series though. I think it's the music. I just like the music in the film. Lion did a song for Friday the 13th Part 4. Did they? Oh, right. I probably know that. But off the top of my head I can't remember. In the comics they backed up Optimus on a floppy. Hey, back when floppies, you could get a lot into 1.44 megabytes back in the day, couldn't you? But not now. Somebody on my Facebook, speaking of Facebook again, one of my Facebook friends shares some great stuff. And he shared a video, I don't know if it was a video or just an image, I can't remember. But it was I think it was a Sony camera that took floppy disks. There we go. Which I'd never heard of before. His voice freaked me out when I was young. Optimus Prime or Unicron, I don't know, but anyway, so there we go. Transformers, lot of fun. I think Leonard Nimoy voiced the bad guy, Megatron, didn't he? I think a lot of top act. Hang on, I'm going to check it. Let me check it. A lot of big names in the voice actors. Transformers the movie, 1986. Voice actors. Let's have a look. Where is it? Cast: Judd Nelson, Peter Cullen, obviously as Optimus Prime. Robert Stack as Ultra Magnus, Orson Welles as Unicron, Frank Welker as Megatron, Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron. Unicron changes the Decepticons into even badder versions, of the previous ones. Who else? Anybody else? Eric Idle, yes, he plays one of the alien robots. Technically, they're all alien robots, but on another planet. Does the care to be stupid or whatever thing. Is that it? Scatman Crothers, the voice of Hong Kong Phooey. Anyway, Orson Welles, alright. Tears when Optimus Prime died. Yes, it was tear-jerking stuff. Who's this? Biscuits. Love the comic books in the background. Them up there. Yes. I've got a couple of 2000 ADs, a weird Wonder Tales, and a Star Trek one up there. Yes. I do have some others knocking about, but not that many because I'm not a big comics person. I used to have lots, but they got lost. Leonard did Sentinel Prime. Ultra Galvatron. I remember I wanted Optimus toy, but got Starscream instead. Also did Sentinel Prime also. Anyway, so there we go. That's Transformers the movie. I hate the Michael Bay ones. I do a bloody loathe them films. They're pigging horrible. They are. But anyway, right. What's next? What's next? When it's ready. Right, we're on the last. One, two, I think three maybe. Stand By Me, based on a Stephen King novella, directed by Rob Reiner and starring Jerry O'Connell, young. These are young actors. Young Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman. Again, he wasn't in Friday the 13th Part 6, but I did mention him in that. And Jerry O'Connell, Kiefer Sutherland. And it's just an amazing film about young boys going out on an adventure. So there we go. But it's based on a story called The Body, innit? They hear that there's a dead body somewhere out in the forest. So it's about their trip out into the woods, and they nearly get run over by a train and all that sort of stuff. And they eventually find it, and it's not the exciting thing they expected it to be, but it is a really good film, and a film that everybody should watch at least once in their life, in my opinion. So there we go. Oh man, love the early Baytron. I hated them. They were just noise, just visual and auditory noise on the screen. It might as well just be bloody static, just shh. But anyway, that's enough of the Transformers films. We're on Stand By Me now. So yes, Stand By. Yes, everybody should watch it at once. Is it it's saying lollipop? Is it this one where they go like, ba-dum bum? Is it that one? Can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this one as well, to be honest. Hang on, where are we? Best part of the Bay Transformers movie is the meme format with the ending link. I don't know. I tried to erase them from my memory, which isn't very hard, as you all know. Love Optimus and Shockwave and Soundwave the most. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Stand By Me. Great film. Give it a watch. What's next? Oh, here we go. Crocodile Dundee from 1986, which will be next Monday's Magnificent Mondays. There we go. I've got the DVD. Actually, it's a double feature. Look, it's got Crocodile Dundee 2 on it as well, which we're not doing, but Crocodile Dundee introduced the world to Paul Hogan. Still on about bloody Transformers, aren't you? I was a Beast Wars kid. When Grace was there, and Biscuits says that's a great film. I presume you're on about Stand By Me. Goonies was a classic too. I'm afraid I don't agree with you there, mate. A while ago, didn't I win, Grace? I had a series that lasted for 8 episodes called The Monday Moan, where I watched films. I didn't watch them, but I talked about films that everybody loves that I hate, and Goonies was one of them. But there were a couple that I did change my mind on, such as Stardust. But anyway, it's not about Transformers, bloody hell. I remember there was a Soundwave Walkman that transformed but actually worked. So I'll see if I can find my Cherry Cola Transformer. Yes, I'll see if I can find my Cherry Cola Transformer. Right, but I will rewind this back a minute to the Transformers one. Where is it? Go back to the Transformers. There we go. Put it back there for a minute. Bear with me while I look for this cherry. It might be a while. It's in the cupboard over there. I'm hoping it's in there. Last time I saw it, it was in this cupboard over here. I bet it's not there anymore. So just bear with me. I bet it's not in here, Tabby. I bet it's not. Because I want it to be. Last time I saw it, it was on one of these shelves. I can't see it. Falling down. Nope, not there, is it? Not there. Typical. Bloody typical. Bloody typical. Don't know where it is. Hey. It's not there, princess. No, it's not there. I knew it wouldn't be, because I wanted it. Because I'm not looking for it. Next time, I'll just come across it somewhere in the house. But last time, it was in that cupboard. There's a cupboard over there. Last time I saw it, we're in there on the shelf. And of course, it's not there anymore. Anyway, where were we? Go back to Stand By Me. Somebody mentions that, don't they? I want to watch Stand By Me now. I need some feels. Top film it is. Just like Top Gun. They're all top films. Yes. Let's talk about Stand By Me. I liked it when I was younger, but not so much now. Stand By Me kind of freaked me out when I was very, very young, but now I love it. It is a great film. Great film, Stand By Me. Right, where were we up to? Crocodile Dundee. There we go. Dundee movies are comfort food. Love the ending of the original and that music. It had a very sort of music, didn't it? As I said, introduced the world to Paul Hogan. Nobody had heard of him before this. I think he'd done British TV. I know he's Australian, but I think he'd appeared on British TV. He used to have a comedy show, the Paul Hogan Show, oddly enough, which were like a mixture of him doing stand-up and like sketches, pre-recorded sketches. A bit like the Dave Allen Show, if you're British, where he did stand-up and like these funny sketches. A bit like that, but there we go. And some of his stuff were really funny. Used to be on like about 11 o'clock at night on the UK TV. But anyway, speaking of Stand By Me, The Leechers scared me. Yep. Lean on Me was a tough one emotionally, but a great film. We can't see the picture. I'll put it back on. There we go. There we go. Oh dear. Sorry. Right, so anyway, Paul Hogan, there we go. As I said, used to have a comedy show. So he was famous in Australia and a little bit famous in the UK because of his comedy show, the Paul Hogan Show. I never thought he was amazingly funny, but he were okay. And then he did this and became a superstar and overnight and left his wife and married Linda Kozlowski. Is that how you pronounce her name? I don't know, but and then did a sequel to it, which were okay. And then it just like went away, didn't it? We never heard anything from him again. But anyway, yes. Now that's a picture. I haven't got I haven't got a Crocodile Dundee knife. But Aidan has upstairs. He's got his wall of death in his bedroom. I'm sure he's got a knife. He can blend me on Monday. But anyway, so there we go. So that's Crocodile Dundee. Like I say, it was a massive hit. It cost hardly anything to make. I think it was like 9 million Australian dollars, which I think is about £2.50. And it made hundreds of millions of dollars. Like I say, it instantly propelled him to superstardom. And he did them two films. Did he do any others? He probably did other films, didn't he? But I can't think of any off the top of my head. Yes, they did. They did a third movie. Yes, they did. Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, which I've never seen. But anyway. He did commercials for Australia. That's when I first seen him. He used to do, was it Foster's ads? He used to do Foster's ads as well for lager. What is it? He used to do like, he used to on the London Underground. There's an underground station called Cockfosters, and somebody came up. How do you get to Cockfosters? I go, drink it warm, mate. No, that he does. Hilarious stuff. Oh dear. Escape from New York. Well, that were back in the day. Call them my Texas toothpicks. I said, yeah. Josh Temple's just got knives. I bet he's got knives on him now. Was he's sitting at his computer or on his couch or whatever. He's just surrounded by weapons. I don't think I've seen the third one. I don't think I have. And Adam Green's here. Hello, Adam. Welcome to the show. Oh, shall I do it again? I'll do it again. I did it earlier for Josh Temple. We'll do it now. I'll have to get another one, won't I? I'll have to find another one. Foster's Australia for me. Although I think Australians don't like Foster's, do they? There was also Castlemaine 4X. That was the other Australian lager, wasn't it? But I don't know what do Australians prefer. I don't know, but I don't think it was Foster's. I think I've got some Foster's in the fridge, to be honest. Have I? Have I drunk it? I might have finished it at Christmas, but anyway. I miss Castlemaine 4X. There you go. But Castlemaine 4X, the one that there used to be an ad for it, and they were piling up all the Castlemaine 4X on the back of the pickup truck for a little party they were having. All the blokes would, all the cans of Castlemaine 4X on the back of the pickup truck, and then they put a couple of bottles of wine for the ladies, and then the truck collapses and goes, "I think we've overdone it on the wine, lads." That's a Castlemaine 4X advert. Good old Aussies, eh? Good old Aussies. So there we go. So that's another one of my honourable mentions, Crocodile Dundee. What's next for I think this is the last one. I know what it is actually now. But there we go. There we go. Trick or Treat, which we've done a Friday Night Apart with Fear. There's also another version of it. I think if you download it through Naughtiness, it's called Ragman. I think that was like a work print. But on release, it was called Trick or Treat. Not to be mistaken with Trick or Treat from 2009-ish, something like that. I can't remember. This is from 1986. Directed by Charles Martin Smith, the actor who's been in Things, which I can't remember any off the top of my head. Starring Mark Price, Tony Fields as Sammy Kerr, and Gene Simmons, just being Gene Simmons. I hate Gene Simmons. And Ozzy Osbourne pops up as well, being playing a priest, or not a priest, a preacher who's not into rock and roll. Did I miss Howard the Duck earlier? No, you didn't. Sci-Fi Quest. No, you didn't. Well, that 1986. It didn't factor in my top movies of that year. Although it might, doesn't it? I don't know, because I haven't seen it for a long time. So it might be one of those that's aged well. That 2009 one is excellent also. Trick or Treat is really good. I did both of them on the Friday Night Apart with Fear a while ago. Either last Halloween or the one before. I think it was the one before. I did Trick or Treat and Trick or this one. I did both of them in one night. So that was fun. But I love this one. Mark Price plays Ragman, Eddie something or other. And his hero, Sammy Kerr, is killed. You know, is that rock singer Sammy Kerr is killed in a motel fire, but it turns out it was some satanic ritual, and he's coming back from beyond the grave as a bad guy. And it's a lot of fun. And some great music by Fastway. I've got the album for that as well, but I can't be bothered getting it out. I'm not going rooting for my albums. Oh, sod it, I'm going to find it. Where are you? Here somewhere. There we go. Hey, I've got that on now. I've got an album. There we go. Oh, an album. Hey, cool album by Fastway, really good. Who was Fast Eddie Clarke and Pete Way, with some great songs on, and pictures from the film. There we go. It is a lot of fun. Give it a whirl. Put it back. Probably in the wrong place, not in me. Right, so there we go. That was the last one. I think. Yes, it's going to go there now, so we'll leave it there. Right. So that was my top 5 favourite movies of 1986 and my, how many other? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 honourable mentions. So shall we go through them one more time? Right, hang on then, I'll have to start again. Leave that paused. Where have I put it? I bet I've got rid of them, haven't I? I bet I have. Yes, I did. I closed it 'cause I'm stupid. There we go. Oh dear. Right, so we'll go through them one more time. First up, we had Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Hang on. Which was followed by Aliens. And then we had Top Gun. I was tempted to do the music for that. Steve Stevens. That one. Then we had Highlander. And then The Fly. So that was my top 5. They're my top 5 favourite films. Not in any order, just they were my top 5 favourites. My 5. Can't see me. There was a time you always had to get the soundtrack also. Yes, well, depending on the movie. But I do have one or two movie soundtracks. Scottish Geek Guy, he gets lots of them. Go subscribe to Scottish Geek Guy. Jimmy gets lots of movie soundtracks and he shares them. Used on vinyl as well, he gets them on vinyl. He must be extraordinarily wealthy because he gets everything. He gets movies, he gets steel books and soundtracks and all that stuff, and covers them on his channel. So go and subscribe to Scottish Geek Guy. Right, where were we? Right, that was my top 5. Cool films. Hang on, where are we? And what are you doing? Go away. And then we had my honourable mentions, which were House, excuse me, The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, Critters, Poltergeist 2, Big Trouble in Little China, Flight of the Navigator, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, Transformers the Movie, Stand By Me, Crocodile Dundee, And finally, Trick or Treat. They're my 16 favourite films in my top 5 movies of 1986. Justin says, Highlander is my jam. Great film is Highlander. I think I've done that as well in Magnificent Mondays, I think. I'm sure I have. I must have done. Loved the show. Also, loved the show. Also, I never got into the show. I've seen the odd episode of the show Highlander, but I never got into watching it regularly. Oddly enough, Mythos. I don't know who that is. And Ramirez, Sean Connery, are my guys. There we go. Yes, Highlander's a great film. It is. It deserves to be up there. I think 1986 as well, because it was the Kind of Magic tour, Queen's final tour, live tour that they did. And I got to see him at Nebworth, the last show they ever did, the last live show with Freddie Mercury they ever did at Nebworth, and I was there, yeah, going yeah, getting all giddy, because Queen are my favourite band of all time, and it were astonishingly good, and I'm on the album somewhere, the kind of what they call it, Live Magic album. There's a gatefold sleeve and it shows the crowd at Nebworth. So I'm in there somewhere. Never found myself. Savik says that there can be only one. Or as he says it in a weird voice, there can be only one. He says it in a weird voice, doesn't he? I believe Peter Wingfield is a doctor now. Who the hell's Peter Wingfield? I'm gonna regret that, aren't I? I know it's gonna be somebody super famous. Does ring a bell. Peter Wingfield. Let me look it up. Welsh television actor. What's he done? All right, so we were in Highlander the series. All right, Immortal Mythos. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I only caught the odd episode, so I never came across him. Right, fair enough. Is an anesthesiologist. That's what he is. Now, return to medicine. There we go. Very good, very good. What's going on here? Hang on. Biscuits, by the way, is over on Twitch. That's what I didn't realise, mate. I'll just make sure nobody's said anything on Rumble. I always forget to check the Rumble chat because it doesn't show up in the StreamYards thing. But no, obviously not. Where are we? Queen is excellent. What were when Freddie Mercury were with them? It's just a tribute act now, isn't it? To be completely honest. I can't do with the I've forgotten his name. Adam Lambert. Can't do with him. Got the album. They did an album, didn't they? With used to be the singer in Free. I forgot his name. It's on tip of me tongue. Called Cosmos Rocks, and that was bloody awful. But should have just called it quits after Freddie died. Should have just said that's it. We're done. Yes, Peter Wingfield played Mythos, yes. I looked him up. Hang on. Where's Toy G Mission? Can you find him on the cover? Oh, yeah. Like, where's Wally? Dear. Yes, I have inside me blood of kings. We all do, probably. Probably Genghis Khan. Or is it Kublai Khan? One of them. I think it's Genghis Khan, isn't it? Something like a quarter of the world's population is related to Genghis Khan. Something like that, isn't it? They say, apparently, but anyway. Highlander 2, just it was terrible, but the soundtrack was great. It had more Queen music, did it? I can't remember. I've only seen it the once when it first came out. It first came out on VHS. I didn't go see it at the cinema. And I can't actually remember. You know what? I'll have to look it up and see if I can find it anywhere and give it another whirl. Pardon me. I'm burping. But yes, it was terrible. But Josh Temple likes it, he said earlier on. Which is fine. I like terrible films myself. Lots of them. Right. We'll leave it there. We will leave it there. Did I forget to put that? Did it? I don't know. I think I forgot to do the... Did I? I can't remember. We'll go through them again. I don't know. I've forgotten. We'll go through them again. Honourable mentions we'll go through. I'll say it again. I know I did them earlier, but I didn't know if I had the picture on screen. But we'll do it again. I'm going to edit this down, by the way. First up we had House, then The Golden Child. I love that film. I do love The Golden Child. Critters, and then Poltergeist 2, then Big Trouble in Little China, and Flight of the Navigator. I hate that bit. Then Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, Transformers the Movie, Stand By Me, Crocodile Dundee, which we're doing on Monday. And finally, Trick or Treat, Long Live Sammy Kerr. That's what I say. So there we go. That's, as I said, my top 16 movies of 1986. What's coming up in 1987? I haven't got my list out. I forgot to get it out. Hang on, bear with me. Oh, whoa, steady. Hang on. Steady. Where's me list? I can't remember what I've done with it. It's here somewhere. Just bear with me. Top films of the years I have been alive. That's the file name. Is it this one? Yes, it is. Right. 1987. Right, what we got coming up. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but there's obviously a sci-fi, a horror, a James Bond film, and an amazing movie from a Dutch director. And then there's lots of honourable mentions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16 honourable mentions. Oh dear. Unbelievable. So I think that might be a record. Yes. I've also got a list for 1988, and that's as far as I've got in me little file here. But yes, there we go. I won't tell you what they are, because that'll be in 2 weeks' time when we do 1987. Right, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. I would have gone on to the launch of Starship Integrated Flight Test number 7, but that's been scrubbed till tomorrow, apparently, so we're not doing it, so never mind. Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks Win Grace and Justin 34, Sci-Fi Quest, and Josh Temple, and Biscuits, B1ZKI7Z, Biscuits, and Adam Green, and did we have anybody else? I probably forgot somebody. I'm looking through see if I've got anybody, but no, I can't. I think that's it, isn't it? I think that's it. And the millions watching around the world. I wish, but thank you for keeping me company while I go through my list and other diversions. So what's coming up next? What are we on Wednesday? Friday. I can't get them out of there. They're underneath something. Friday, we're doing a Friday Night Appointment with Fear double bill. Where we're doing The Reptile. A couple of Hammer horror films. We're doing The Reptile and The Plague of the Zombies, which will be fun. Not watching them, just going through them and talking about them. I've got them here in my little box set. My Hammer box set. So that should be fun. Right, so I think that's it, innit? Again, don't forget, like and subscribe. Thank you, Justin34, for that amazing super chat. And thanks, Win Grace, for the members chat. So don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff and become a member and all that jazz. And explore the description for all the links for merch, etc. and all that jazz. Right, I'm going to go now. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, hang on, I'm trying to find my intro. There we go. Till next time, I'll say there.